speaks. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time out of their schedule. I know we all have busy lives to attend this gala this evening. Everyone looks fantastic, and again, the decor is fabulous. But there's a very important message to be sent, and as a parent, honestly, until Clayton was injured, and I won't get into his story, I honestly had no idea how important putting a helmet on your head when you're on a bicycle, whether you're snowmobiling, whether you're tobogganing or skating, is. That said, I'll let Clayton tell his story, but at the end of the day, as Dr. Basilati has said to us many times, there's very many preventable head injuries. As simple as putting a helmet on your head could save you a lot of grief and anguish, and we certainly went through a lot of that. But that said, the story has a happy ending, and enjoy your evenings, and I'll let Clayton tell his story. Thank you.
Hey guys, so before I begin my story, I'm just going to skip to the end real quick. The good news is that I did make minor midget AAA Wild hockey, and thank you. We actually just won our game just about an hour ago. We're advancing to the finals and going to the OHL Cup, so it's pretty big. The only bad news is the playoff rookie haircut that comes with it. As you can see, the guys had a little bit of fun with my hair. So for those of you who do not know me, I'm Clayton Carter. I got into an accident 2 years ago on Canada Day, and here's my story. The story begins on a hot summer day with some good friends at an ATV and some very poor judgment. One day I decided to go up to Portland and help my friend move into his new home on the Big Rideau, and just one afternoon my four friends and I decided it'd be a good idea to go on a little ATV ride. The ATV was kind of set up like a pickup truck, so there's two spots in the front, and then there's the bed in the back, and I thought it would be a good idea to hop in the very back, which is obviously not a good idea, and I was in the very back with my other friend who was facing me, and a little boy named Carter, who's probably around most of your girls' age. I don't really remember a whole lot. I was unconscious and forgot most of what happened, but we were driving along the road, and I guess a branch had fallen from above and we ran it over. I later found out that the branch had skipped its way up into the steering mechanism and it turned us into a tree. I grabbed Carter, who was 6 years old, so he didn't go and fall out of the ATV. When I grabbed Carter, I turned myself and I crushed my skull into the left side of my brain. So my friends are pretty frightened by my injuries because it just wasn't so good. So my friend contacted his dad, who's the first one to see me. So Mr. Hamry applied pressure to the wound, and then later followed was the ambulance. Took me to the Portland hospital, and that's in the middle of nowhere. So I was immediately medevac to Cheo, where I met up with Dr. Basilati and his team. My parents were going to come and see me actually that weekend, but I met up with them in the emergency room. Not every parent's dream to see their kid there. And Dr. Basilati and his team gave some options to my parents, and there was quite a few options, and we decided it'd be best to go with the craniotomy. So after Dr. Basilati and his team performed their craniotomy on me, they removed the piece of bone from my brain, and they made sure there was no signs of infection because it was an open head wound on a dirt road. So there's no way of fixing infection inside your head if it's open. So they had to go over that. I remember before the surgery, I was coherent. I just couldn't really communicate with any of my parents or anyone around me. But I remember thinking that was it. That I thought that was it. So I remember asking the nurses to push me to the window because But Dr. Vasilati pulled it off, saved me. Thank you. Actually, it was last October 14th, 2011. The note of me being 100% was still hangs on my fridge. That was the day I got back to hockey. I still play to this day, as you can tell by the phenomenal hair. I owe so much to Dr. Vasilati and his staff at cheo, but I cannot begin to thank all the nurses who dedicated their nights and day to look after me. So thank you very much, nurses that are here. Thank you. I'm a very lucky young man to be talking in front of you here today. In fact, I know that because not everyone can say that they stepped out of an accident like I did. And during my time at the hospital, I kept thinking about what I could have done to not get what happened to me, what I could have done differently so next time I'd be alright, and that'd be to wear a helmet, because I was not thinking clearly that day and I did not put a helmet on. We were going to go get helmets later that afternoon, but obviously it was a little bit too late, so wear your helmets. Even when you're biking, kids, you gotta wear your helmets. I was approached by Dr. Vasilati to be a representative for cheo as a voice of injury prevention and the Think First Foundation. We go to different schools, various schools, and talk to kids around your age just about how you should wear a helmet and the side effects, well, the effects of not wearing a helmet, what can happen to you. I reach out to kids around my age or kids in the area that have received the same injuries as I, and one of the young men that I've talked to is his name is Jonathan Cloutier. I actually play hockey against him. He plays for OHA, which is out in Cornwall. But 2 days before Christmas, actually, Jonathan had received a blood clot in his brain from one of the hits at hockey. So I helped him through his rough patch there, and actually, as of last month, he's 100%. So Jonathan's all good now, and pretty happy about that. So before I wrap things up, I just wanted to say thank you to Dr. Vasilati one more time. Round of applause. Thank you. To the nurses, very much. They do a lot in there. Thank you very much for all your help. I'd also like to thank the Think First program for providing me the opportunity to tell my story to others and help out kids before they get into an accident like mine. It's fundraising events like tonight that help these programs exist. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in your generous donations. Thank you very much for listening to my story. And please, everyone, be safe, be smart, and wear your helmet. Have a good night.